Hey everybody, this is Rob with Darkside Comics and Games in Chesterfield, and we are on episode 5 of Darkside After Dark. Um, we're going to talk about today the cards that we are excited for in Ikoria to play with or brew with. But before we get into that, we're going to go around and introduce everybody. Today I am joined by Brandon.
Hello.
Thomas.
Hi.
Jacob.
Hello.
And Michael.
Hey.
All right, so now we know what the topic is, and let's just jump right into it. Brandon, we'll start with you. Which card or cards are you looking forward to playing with?
So, you might be surprised that I'm going to white for this one. Light of Hope, it's 1 white mana, 1 CMC. For an instant, it says choose 1. You gain 4 life, destroy an enchantment, or put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Any target, meaning you can make your opponent shuffle their Fibblethip back in their library, which seems pretty broken. I like it in Modern to destroy things like Blood Moon by tapping your shock before they resolve it. And it's just really good stabilization against red decks, which are prevalent in every format right now, except for a Commander. Then my other one is Dire Tactics. It's 1 white and 1 black. For an instant, exiles target creature. If you don't control a human, you lose life equal to that creature's toughness. I love that as really kind of broken effect. Like Font of Agonies makes that beautiful. Because if you do lose the life, you at least put a bunch of counters on the font, and then you can destroy things for even more free.
But that's actually not how font works. Font, you have to pay life.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So font actually works really well with shock lands and things like that.
It would have to be like Auntie's Machinations or something like that.
But it's still, the card you're talking about is still really, really efficient.
Yeah.
Gets rid of gods and things like that, so.
You played that and the one where you can sacrifice a creature and enchantment or pay 5 life. So you'd have like 8 copies of Orzhov destroy creature spells.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty solid.
Yeah, and that first one, the Light of Hope, is really, really versatile. It'll be we'll probably see it on a lot of sideboards, maybe even some main boards, just because of its versatility.
Red's gonna have a lot of difficulty staying afloat.
Yeah, there's a lot of enchantments in Standard right now that are running around between Fires of Invention,
Anax
creatures.
Anax is an enchantment.
Yeah.
You can destroy that with Light of Hope.
Yep. Yeah, lots of good targets. You can actually destroy. You can get the other card that you were talking about. The Orzhov card would actually be better against Anax.
Yeah.
But you just exile them. But all right, yeah, those are some solid picks. Thomas, what about you? What cards are you looking forward to playing with?
All right, I'm going to share my screen here.
Cool.
You guys see it?
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Really
so the
cool
first
art.
one here is Jim Razor. We've seen this art before we even saw the card. I always thought the art was pretty cool, but the card itself is awesome too. So it's a 3 and a green, mutate for 1 and 2 green. It's reach, trample, 4/4. So just its stats right off the bat are pretty good. The fact that the mutate is cheaper than its actual cost means you can bring this out on turn 2 and attack with it if you had a turn 1 Arboreal Grazer. And when it mutates onto something or under something, you get to destroy an artifact or an enchantment as well. So you're getting so much value just from mutating this. You can destroy the Witch's Ovens in Standard, Lucky Clovers, and then attack on turn 2 with 4 power. So that's going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah. Even if you can't mutate too, a 4/4 reach trample for 4 is not bad at all either.
Right, and that's in green, so you're probably going to be ramping into that anyways, even if you're not mutating it.
Plus the art is sweet.
Yeah, because doesn't the card have to be in the graveyard to mutate?
No. Mutates out of your hand. There is one card that mutates from the graveyard, though. It's one of the mythics.
Okay.
So then the other card that I'm excited about up here is Song of Creation. You see that one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's a beautiful card.
So this one I'm really excited for. I think it's going to be real strong in EDH, Brawl, maybe even show up in Standard and Modern. But I'm really looking forward to it for Modern. I play Fetchless Gift Storm, um, and some people were criticizing, saying that you probably shouldn't be going into green just to play this card. But really, you're already playing Manamorphous in Gift Storm, so that's an easy way to get your green. Um, but you can play additional lands each year turn, so that's going to help you ramp already when you're already ramping with the rituals. And then every time you cast a spell, you're going to draw 2 cards, so it's turning your card draw into even more card draw. And then at the beginning of your end step, you have to discard your hand. But really, once you get this out, you're going to win.
This card could be really busted with Locust God.
Oh yeah.
And it's in the colors too.
I'm gonna cast an Opt and draw 3 cards.
Yep. And then with if you have a Niv Mizzet out too, Niv Mizzet
Oh, yeah.
Run.
Well, and
Yeah.
Locust God's in one of the commander decks too.
Really?
Yeah,
Yep.
he's in the Jeskai one, I think.
Yeah, he's
That
pretty
is
high in
nice.
price.
Oh, yeah. Huh. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I really like the enchantment too. I generally just get into enchantments and figuring out ways to play with them, because a lot of people don't like playing with enchantments because they're like, oh, you're
Although
taking a turn
it
off.
does get destroyed by a mutating Gem Razor.
Yeah.
They get hit for 4.
And Thrashing Brontodon is still around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Brontodon's a solid card.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Those are some. I'm actually kind of excited to play with both those cards too. But we'll move on to Jacob. What cards are you looking at?
So I'm going to follow Thomas's lead and share my screen. You guys see it?
Nope.
No.
One second.
You're not going to follow my lead. There you go.
There we go. All right, so the first one is Luca, Copper Code Outcast. It's 3 generic and 2 red for a Planeswalker. The +1 exiles the top 3 of your library. Creatures, cards exiled this way, you may cast this card from exile as long as you control a Luca Planeswalker. -2, the ability that I'm most excited with is the exile target creature you control, then reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card with higher CMC. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest in the bottom of your library. So anybody who knows me knows that I love to play cheaty polymorph effects to try to get really big creatures out for basically nothing. So in this type of deck, you can see me throwing a bunch of tokens out there, or token generators, and then using this to bring out the biggest creatures that I can find. So like in Modern would be an Emrakul or something of that effect. The second, and his last ability, his ultimate, is each creature you control deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. So that's pretty good too. That can win you a couple games, and the loyalty starts at 5, which is pretty good for 5 CMC.
Yeah, doesn't take much to get him to his ult.
Nope, no, it does not, and that's what's that's what's fun about it, is that it seems pretty fair, because it's 2 of them to go up to ultimate.
Yeah.
You basically have 2 turns. So my second card I want to talk about is Fiend Artisan. It's 2 generic Golgari mana. Fiend Artisan gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard. And then X and Golgari, tap, sack another creature, search your library for CMC, X or less, and put it onto the battlefield. Activate this ability only at the time that you could cast a sorcery. So this is kind of like the Prime Speaker Vanifar, but more relevant because it's in Golgari colors, and I like it more because it's in Golgari colors. My only downside with this is that if somebody plays Ashiok, which a lot of people do, it's pretty much useless.
Yeah. Ashiok's a lot of times just sideboard, and there's so many ways to kill him off. And he doesn't plus at all, so I don't think you'll have too much trouble with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still going to play him. And then honorable mention, I just want to throw classification in there because who doesn't like a 2020 plus on a creature, especially like Questing Beast with haste. Yes, it does tap it as soon as it comes into play, and it is 7 CMC to cast it as an aura, but still, +20 on any creature is pretty awesome. So
Let's go with Mirror Maid.
yeah, it is.
Hey, by the time you can ultimate Luca, you should have enough mana to cast Classification also. Then you ultimate Luca and win.
Yep.
It's that easy.
Isn't there
problem.
one creature that can get enchantments out of the graveyard? Like
Storm Herald,
Yeah, Storm Herald.
and that's in red also. So
Yeah.
Luca and Storm Herald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like you're playing Gruul now.
I just don't know if I would play Storm Herald because I'd want to do the cheaty effects. The -2. That's would be more my emphasis.
-2 like still gets you whatever enchantment from your graveyard you want onto that Storm Herald.
Yeah, but what if you like mill from the top and then you get a Storm Herald? Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like, let's say you're filling your graveyard by some effect in green. There is actually a decent green card that's doing that right now in this set. And then you minus, and then you get the Storm Herald. You return an enchantment from your graveyard to the battlefield on it.
oh,
It's not even that bad.
Hmm.
And you can
Sure, yeah, it's
throw
all hybrid mana, so you
possibilities.
can play that too.
Yeah, throw the
looks like I'm
possibilities.
playing Jund, guys.
Hey, I'm just saying it sounded like it was a good idea when I saw those cards, though.
As long as it's got green and black in it, that's all Jacob cares about.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, cool. Those are some nice picks. Let's go to Michael. Michael, which cards are you looking forward to?
So the first one is Luna, Apex of Wishes. It does have a Godzilla counterpart. It's I believe Ghidorah, King of the Cosmos. That's not the reason, but it's also a bonus. It's Teamer. It's 2 colorless and Teamer for 6/6 Flying Trample, which, as you guys know, I love my big scary creatures as commander and brawl commanders.
Yeah.
I like it though for its ability because of the mutate 3 colorless Gruul, which is red, green, and double blue. Whenever this creature mutates, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land permanent card. Put that card into the battlefield or your hand. I can, just with how I play, I can really abuse that mutate ability and get cheap, throw out some cheaper cards or creatures that way.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that one's got cool art as well.
That looks amazing.
Yeah.
Their art's
That's
been doing.
not the Godzilla one either.
No, the regular art
Yeah.
looks good, and then it has a showcase. Yeah, that's the one
Yeah,
there.
that's the showcase. It looks really cool.
It has 3 different arts, which I would like to get all 3, but
Just have mismatch. Yeah, that'd be great.
to see how that is. The other card I am looking forward to, and I don't know if I want to use this for Pioneer or maybe try to get into Modern, or I probably would use it in Standard too, is Kenra Bonder Prodigy.
Okay.
It's green and blue for 2/2. Whenever you tap a non-land permanent for mana, add 1 mana of any type that it could produce, that permanent could produce. And then it is 5 colorless and blue-green. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a non-human creature card from among them into the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. I don't know. It's another cheating mechanism for me. Even if it is 7 mana to do that, it just makes your mana producers that much bigger, along with a Leyline of Abundance. I can see, I think, getting really out of control.
Yeah.
There's a lot of upside to like playing like mana dorks, but the problem is that I guess you do look at the top 5, so it seems fine. It seems fine.
I think
Standard.
that card would be sweet with something like Song of Freyles, which gives you like 2 turns of all your creatures being mana dorks.
Yeah, that would be really good.
Like double mana dorks, yeah.
You just like keep dumping out your hand, and when you have something like Beast Whisperer, you just keep drawing cards and then putting more stuff out and more and more.
Well, there is like untap all creatures you control right now, right? Like something.
Yeah, well, there's like some white cards that do that.
Yeah, I think that'd be excellent.
I know I've heard rumors that the modern community really didn't like this card, and I don't know why, but I think it's perfectly good. Like, I don't
They'll
see-
like it. The modern community, they'll like it once it rotates.
Yeah,
As long as it's in standard, it's
Well,
not good enough for modern.
The reason what I don't know if people like I don't know who you're talking to in modern, but like I don't like it because it's too good right now.
well, that's what I've been hearing is a lot of people like it's really good. They don't really want it in the modern community because it helps the Simic colors more
They've
than
been really pushing Simic way too much lately.
It's hard enough to beat the Warza decks or Thopter Foundry Warza decks, and it's just like, like I'm glad that your Astrolabe's now net mana.
Yeah, I think there's so many things to work with that card. Just with all the mana dorks, all the mana rocks, especially if you're playing in Commander, all the mana rocks you're going to be playing with.
Yeah,
Or
they already
Brawl.
play birds, so
Right.
I can see this card being really broken like Commander or Brawl.
yeah, Commander's just gonna be
Or something like Cryptolith right with it. Just everything's a mana dork all the time.
yeah.
Makes even more mana now.
Oh, it makes your Soul Ring that much better. Great.
Yeah. Soul Ring, Mox Amber, Chrome Mox, all that stuff.
Seaborn Muse gets better.
Cool. All right, yeah.
Those are my 2 picks, guys.
All right, well, my picks, I'm gonna move on to me, and I'll share my screen as well. My first one is, can you guys see it okay?
Yes.
Yep.
So Narset of Ancient Way. As most people that know me know, I love Narset. I love her character. Her mono blue is fine, but what I was like really happy about is they went back to Jeskai, because every iteration kept dropping a color off of her. And for those of you, this might be your first time tuning into us. The way we play Brawl, we do Pioneer legal sets and we do non-rotating. So this gives me a second Narset in Jeskai that I can use as a commander. But either way, it's going to go into my deck. Her +1, gain 2 life, add some mana, cast non-creature spell. She helps me ramp into the 6-drop Narset. Like, she helps her own cause. And then her -2, draw a card, and then I may discard a card. When I discard a non-land card this way, she deals damage equal to that card's converted mana cost to target creature or planeswalker. Nice. It's kind of I like that you get to draw a card, but you don't have to discard a card. So it's just like, well, I don't have anything to deal damage to, so I don't want to loot. I just want to draw. Like that's just all upside.
Yeah.
And then her alt, -6, get an emblem with whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this emblem deals 2 damage to any target. Well,
So good.
as most people know, my Narset Brawl deck, Narset is the only creature in the whole deck. So theoretically, with her on the field, or with that emblem, I'm going to be dealing probably 6 to 8 damage extra a turn every time I attack with Narset. So, yeah, and it's not hard to get to her. 4 mana, 4 loyalty, like that's great. I think that planeswalkers, when they're below 4 mana, can sometimes get a little too busted. But 4 mana, I think 4 mana is a good casting cost for a planeswalker that makes them completely doable to play with, but not as easy to break as like 3-drop to fairy or something along those lines. So I just think she's super solid. I'm really looking forward to playing with her. I like the art. I like the alt art. Looks great. You guys got anything to say about her?
Yeah, you did say that the +1 ramps you into the creature Narset, and that was a little bit wrong.
Oh yeah, she does.
But everything else I love about her.
I don't know if I like her and the Teferi being in standard together right now.
Yeah, I'm ready for Teferi to go away, but of course the next set's going to be all Teferis, so we're never
It's all
going
Teferis.
We're never gonna have to standard without Teferi, I guess, ever again. But
I think this is going to be the next Teferi. I just think it's that good.
but she's not like oppressive.
Yeah, but it doesn't stop you from casting instants like Teferi does.
Yeah.
True,
Yeah.
true. But I'm just saying the equivalent of like the most common played Planeswalker.
Well, she's gonna be real good with escape cards and jumpstart and stuff like that. Being able to take advantage of that -2. But at
No.
least her stuff that's like, I just think that she's not as oppressive, but she's potentially as strong. But 3-drop Teferi is so easy. If you're playing blue and white, you just put them in. It's like whatever.
Yeah.
But obviously, she's going to fit easily into Jeskai Fire's decks.
Well, and now that we have the triple lands, the rare layers, that makes her easier to get in too.
Yep, exactly. Cool. Well, the other card that I want to talk about is Fight as One. I sent a little meme about this the other day, but 1 mana, instant speed, choose one or both. Target human creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains indestructible till end of turn. And target non-human creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains indestructible till end of turn. Immediately when I saw this, I thought of Feather and Swiftblade Vindicator. You have a human and you have an angel, and you're going to get to put this back in your hand on your turn, on their turn, on your turn, on their... And they go to board wipe. You save your 2 most important creatures. Outside of standard, another really good 2-drop I was looking at was Phalanx Leader, the one with Heroic that puts a 1/1 counter on all your creatures whenever he's targeted.
Yeah.
So you could do this on your turn and your opponent's turn and keep putting this back in your hand, just constantly. And as most people that know me know, I love protection spells. I like playing protection spells more than I like playing stuff like counter spells to protect my stuff, because like I like stuff like Blossoming Defense or Ranger's Guile, stuff that can be, it's a protection spell, but it also has another purpose, and this does that as well. It adds 2 power to your field. It gives you protection. It's only 1 mana. I think there's so much to be done with this card, and really looking forward to playing with it. Not looking forward to playing against it though, because we know like Matt, that likes to play Boros a lot. He's going to be playing this card a lot.
Oh yeah.
You mean Mike?
No, Matt. I don't want to say his last name because we're recording.
I can't remember.
Matt, he's bald on top, real skinny, real quiet guy.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Matt, you know who you are if you're watching this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know he's going to be all about this card. So, but I'm really looking forward to it. Anybody else got any other opinions on this card?
Makes me sad.
Playing against that with Feather on the field is going to be, I'm not going to like that.
Yeah, and if you get one stuck in your graveyard too, like Dreadhorde Arcanist can cast it for free out of your graveyard for you.
Yeah.
Pretty easily.
I mean, can I run 4 colors?
Dude, with all the mana we've got in standard right now, I think you can run 4 colors pretty easily. But yeah. All right, let's I like that.
Go to the top.
There we go. Boom.
Say like I don't know how to share, so
All right, so that's those are the cards we're probably most looking forward to. I was going to talk about Vivian a little bit too, but then I thought about that card, so
I was surprised you didn't talk about Vivian.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
looking forward to talking about Vivian too, actually.
Oh, let's
Well,
talk about Vivian.
all right, let's
Next segment.
let's
All right.
let's talk as a group about Vivian, because I do think that I think they've I'm not going to say hit it out of the park with this Vivian, but I think that Wizards has done a really good job with pretty much each Vivian, making her strong and a desirable card to play with. Like, she's great. She comes out pretty low loyalty, but I think she kind of has to.
The
I
minus
was
2
looking
is
at
just
her,
ridiculous.
and one of my thoughts was I used to play
Yeah.
with Majestic Matriarch, and I like how her +1 you can just keep adding all these different keywords. And if you're playing Majestic Matriarch, you're just making him bigger and with more and more keywords each time you plus her. So
Is she the only planeswalker of this set that has a static ability?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's what I was really surprised about. That
She actually has 2 static abilities.
Yeah, she has
Yeah,
double stack
Technically.
abilities, and
but
she's
no real ultimate.
yeah.
I mean,
she-
the minus 2 is pretty much an ultimate,
is.
depending how much mana you have.
you know what though? I'm okay with Planeswalkers not having like a big ultimate ability. One of my favorite things with Karn, Scion of Urza was being able to play him and not worry about people immediately trying to kill him because he had high loyalty and he didn't have this game-breaking, game-winning ability. So unless somebody had hard removal for him, a lot of times they didn't want to spend the resources and the combat damage trying to kill him unless you happen to flip something really strong, with him and that went into exile with a silver counter or whatever. Like sometimes if you get something really strong that your opponent doesn't want you to have, then they might spend the resources. But a lot of times he would just generate you value without people immediately going kill it, kill it, kill it. So I don't mind that she doesn't have a big ult. I think that can sometimes be beneficial to not have that.
I think mono green's going to be pretty strong this standard between this Vivian, Jim Razor, the Vivian Champion of the Wilds, giving all your creatures flash.
Yep.
yeah, like that's
We still have the 5-drop Vivian too.
Yeah.
Well, then isn't there
Questing
a
Beast.
Yeah, there's a 4-drop Vivian also. There's M19 and
That's what I was thinking of.
M-
5-drop or 4-drop,
19,
not 5-drop.
19's not in standard, right?
No, yeah, I was thinking it's the one. The one I was thinking of was the one that's 3 green and a colorless.
Yeah, as the counters and the +1.
She's really strong too. But then you also have Great Henge and Questing Beast and things like that. So yeah, like green is really really strong color. It's a really fun color to play with as well.
if you know how to play it right.
Yeah. Some people can't simplify their brains enough to play just mono green.
That is true.
My only commander deck is mono green. I don't dare going into multiple colors in commander. I'll spend too much money.
Oh, I have a 5-colored commander deck, and I love it. So
Cool. All right. Anybody else got anything to add to any of those cards that we talked about before we move on to the next segment?
I was just like digging through, trying to find like a decent creature to get off of her minus, like just value wise, and then your big creature hits, but it's nothing too crazy.
Well, if you're in blue, if you cast a Hydroid Crisis,
gosh. Hydroid Crisis with that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
how does that -2 work?
It's whatever the CMC is on the stack.
Okay.
So yeah, Graces would work
Yeah.
if you.
You can get your Cavalier Gales off of your Hydro Crisis. That'd be pretty good value.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Voracious Hydra works with that too in mono green right now.
Well, think about in Pioneer too. You cast like Galta.
Oh,
Like,
Now,
cool.
but
I'm gonna get my
is
Metalwork
Galta's-
Colossus.
Is Galta's cost on the stack reduced though?
No,
No.
it's still 12.
Okay.
oh,
Yeah. So.
yeah,
Cool.
that's dirty.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next segment. Now this is a new segment. This will be the first time we've done this, but I'd like to make it a regular if everybody enjoys it. We're gonna do Magic Card 20 questions.
Oh,
Now
boy.
I did kind of steal the hubcaps from another podcast that does video games. They do video game 20 questions, and I really like it. But we're gonna change it up a little bit. So I'm gonna pick a Magic card. It's not gonna be something super obscure that you'll never guess.
Stasis.
But we're gonna change it up a little bit the way the game works. So the way it works is you guys collectively have 20 questions to guess this card. The 20th question has to be a guess. Now here's how. So you guys are kind of working together, but whoever guesses the card correctly wins the game. However, if you take a guess and you're wrong, you're out of the game.
Ooh.
I was gonna say count me out now because I'm probably gonna guess wrong.
These are yes or no questions only, right?
Yes or no questions, yes. And if it's something that's a really weird question I can't answer, then it's just a freebie and I just tell you I don't know. All right, so we're going to start with Brandon. What's your first question?
Hmm. Is this a hybrid mana cost card?
No.
Okay.
Thomas?
Is this a multicolored card?
No. Jacob?
Is this a Pioneer legal card?
No. Michael?
Is this a legendary card?
No. Brandon?
I'm writing all this stuff down. This is fun.
We're not off to a good start. We need
All
to figure
right.
out color, guys.
Is this a permanent?
No.
Okay.
Thomas?
There is the field.
Is it an instant?
Yes. Jacob? And feel free if you guys want to collaborate to make sure you got the information right, so you're not asking like a
So,
Jacob's not like, is it a sorcery? You know?
so right now we know that it's monocolored or an artifact. No, it's not.
It could be dual color, just not hybrid.
No, I asked if it was multicolored.
Oh,
You
did
said
you?
no. Yeah.
Okay.
So did you get a yes on being an instant?
Yes, it is an instant.
Okay, so yeah, so it's monocolored. It may
Could
be
be
an
colorless.
instant
There's colorless instants,
Yeah,
right?
but those are all after Ravnica, so it wouldn't be any of those. It's older than Pioneer, and then non-legendary, and that's about all we have.
Now hold on, I'll clarify. You said it's older than Pioneer. I did not. That was not a question. A question was,
Pioneer
is it
legal.
Pioneer
It's
legal?
not Pioneer legal.
Okay.
Yeah. That might be relevant. Might not be.
All right, Michael.
Well,
no,
wait,
Wait. I didn't
It's
ask.
Jacob.
It's Jacob's turn.
Could you find this in one of the commander decks in the last 3 years?
That's a good question.
Pull it up on Wizards card search, Rob.
Give me 1 second.
You know, the last 3 sets.
No.
That's including this one, like 2020.
Well, this one's not released yet, so let's not include this one.
No, it is not in any of those commander sets.
Okay.
All right, Michael?
So we know it's not in the commander sets. Is it in any of the master sets?
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, nice, Michael.
That-
Nice.
All right, that's 8 questions. Brandon?
Nice. All right. I have a strong feeling. No, just kidding. It's not a strong feeling. Is this red identity? Like,
Yes.
is the color identity red? Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Thomas?
Interesting. It might be that.
Does this spell do damage to any target?
Yes. Jacob?
What are you thinking, Brandon?
He can't tell you because he wants to guess
Well,
it.
it's not a guess to Rob. So I was thinking possibly it's Force of Rage. But it doesn't do damage to any targets, which is what Thomas kind of got from his question. So my guess went down the drain pretty quickly.
Might just be really easy. It's probably Bolt.
Yeah. Can't seal the deal on Bolt yet, though. Might be Shock.
Ooh. Well, Shock is Pioneer legal.
Is there an X requirement to the casting cost?
No.
Okay.
Michael?
Okay, so there's no X in it, so that takes out the guess I had. Oh my gosh, I almost had the answer, I thought. Is this card from one of the? Well, this is 2 questions, so I can't say it. Does this card have a dinosaur in the picture?
In one of them.
In one of them.
No.
Oh, damn! That's not the card I was thinking of then.
Brandon.
Any target. Is the converted mana cost of this card less than 3 or less?
Yes.
Why couldn't you be more specific, Brandon?
You can't.
Thomas, your turn.
Yeah.
God, there's a lot of cards.
Is the converted mana cost 1?
Yes. Jacob.
We're screwed. There's so many.
There's only 177 possibilities.
Is it lightning bolt?
It is lightning bolt.
Hey!
I should have guessed it.
What do I win? What do
I was
I
like
win?
lava dart. I was gonna ask if it had flashback.
You guys want to do one more?
Yeah.
You have another one ready?
I want to know what I win.
Jeez.
Good job. Yeah, I got another one.
Oh,
Let me pull it up here.
That was like almost too like obviously hard.
But it was obviously hard.
Like it was obvious, but it was like, is it really that obvious?
It was
Nobody
it
wanted
was
to
the
get
first one we
kicked out.
did. I didn't want it to be too like difficult.
I was hoping it was lava dart.
All right. This time we'll go the other way. So we'll start with Michael.
oh God, help you all.
Michael, you get the first question.
Is this a creature?
Yes.
Wow, good job.
Jacob.
I helped you guys out.
Is it? Is it newer than Ravnica,
Which Ravnica?
Yeah.
the original?
Yes.
Is it
Thomas.
multicolored?
Yes. Brandon.
Okay. Was this released in the last? Well, that's a dumb question because releasing's bad. Is this card from the new set?
From Ikoria, you mean?
Yeah, Ikoria, yeah.
No.
Okay.
Thomas. Or no, Michael.
So it's not Ikoria. It's a creature. OG. It's multicolored. Gosh, that's a lot of cards. Is this from Dominaria?
No. Jacob.
Thomas, what was your question? Is it multicolored?
Yeah, and it is.
Yeah, it's a multicolored creature. Newer than OG Ravnica.
Rob, does that mean that it's inclusive in the? Well, does that mean that it can be inclusive in the Ravnica set, or are you saying that it's after Ravnica at least?
This card, we'll say it was originally printed. Like I said, we need I should have had the question specified,
Yeah.
but we'll say originally printed after Ravnica City of Guilds was released.
Okay. This is hard. There's a lot of creatures.
It's the hardest.
Start narrowing it down. Do
I think
types.
CMC question would be good.
Yeah, is CMC less than 3?
Yes. All right, Michael.
No, it's
No.
my turn.
Oh, it's Thomas.
Thomas.
It's my turn, right? I haven't asked a question.
My computer's gonna die soon.
I mean, Thomas and Michael and Jacob have asked a question. I haven't asked a question.
So it goes Michael, Jacob, Thomas, and then Brandon. So it's
Um,
Thomas's question.
I was gonna guess Narset,
Okay.
but then you did the 3 CMC. Is it more? Wait, what was your question, Jacob?
Is it less than 3 CMC?
And it is less than 3 CMC.
Yes.
Okay.
So
And
2,
it
1, or
is-
0.
And it is multicolored.
Yeah.
Is it hybrid mana?
No.
Hybrid. Okay. It's kind of a subjective question. Is this creature banned in any formats?
So you mean like it would normally be legal, but it has been banned?
Yeah, so like let's say it's legal in all formats except for standard, and then it's banned in standard. The answer to my question would be yes, because it would be banned in at least one format.
So was it ever banned, or
So if
is
the card's like Lutri or something, and then I ask that question, you would say
Okay.
yes, it's banned in at
So we're
least.
not talking about legality. We're talking about literal banning.
Yes, as in like it was banned by Wizards of the Coast
No,
or the Rules Committee if it's
No.
Commander.
it was never banned.
Never
Michael.
banned. Is this a blue-green creature?
No. Jacob.
Does it have green in it?
Yes. Well, wait. When you say green in it, do you mean is it a green card or does it have green identity?
Green identity.
Yes. Thomas.
what does that mean?
Yes.
I wanted to make sure that we had the question right. It'll be good for future stuff.
Yeah.
For example, Samet, original Samet has white in her identity, but she's not a white card.
Is it a legendary?
No.
That's no.
Oh gosh.
All right, Brandon. You are question number 12.
Awesome. Is this creature's power and toughness greater than its mana cost? I guess, like, not collectively, but if it were to be a 2/2, is it a 3/3? Or if it's a 2/2, is it a 1/1? Kind of like the answer would be no if it's less than or greater than.
So base power and toughness, is it greater than its casting cost?
Equal to.
Equal to?
Yeah.
Like literally equal to?
No, like so like Grizzly Bears is a two mana 2/2. I'm
Uh-huh.
asking if it's even with its mana cost.
Okay, so like on cost.
Yeah.
Yes.
So whatever mana cost it is, it's a blank. Okay.
Does it have white in the mana cost?
Now let's go back to Brandon's thing. What if it was a 3-drop and it was a 4/2? Would you consider that the same as a 3/3?
No, I was looking for like round stats.
Okay. The answer is still yes.
Okay.
All right, Michael.
Does this have white in the mana cost?
No.
All right, that blew my white guess out.
Jacob.
That's one. Hold on here. Let's see.
Does it have red in the mana cost?
No. Thomas.
So it's not hybrid, right?
Yeah.
Is Brandon cheating? He's looking up all the.
It's
Well, I
not
was
red,
looking up. I can't even
not
spell the
blue,
card name.
not white. So the only option is green black.
Yep.
Or blue, because we didn't ask about blue yet. Oh no, yeah, I did.
You did, yeah. Does this creature have activated, or does this creature have an activated ability?
No. Brandon.
Does the creature have a triggered ability?
Yes.
So we have a 2 or less drop with a triggered ability that has green in its mana cost.
And it's
And
multicolored.
it has round stats.
All right, Michael.
I think I already asked if it was legendary, so.
We'll go.
It's
We'll,
not
we'll
legendary.
change up the game a little bit. We'll go through, like, everybody gets basically 5 questions, and then everybody gets a chance to guess.
Yeah.
So, all right, Michael, what's your question? Of course, he could try to guess now and just win.
I'm not familiar with black-green cards at all. This is not my color forte, so.
Do we know it's black-green?
Well, it's multicolored, and we already guessed every color but black.
Okay.
You said no.
I didn't hear that.
It has an equal, so that excludes the black-green cards I was thinking of.
Deathrite Shaman's unfortunately a 1/2
And we said it has round stats.
activated abilities. Yeah, as in like
So if it's a 2-drop, it's
That's
a
right,
2/2.
Shaman's also hybrid, right?
it's
Yeah.
hybrid. So that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Gosh, black-green.
It's got to be 2 mana. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. And the card I want to say, it's not, because they already.
Well, it has to be 2 mana because otherwise it'd be hybrid. Okay.
Man, I just don't know.
Unless it's black with a green ability. Well, no, it doesn't have activated abilities.
Does this card have Death Touch in it?
No.
Okay.
Jacob.
Hmm. Is it Grimflare?
Good stuff.
Jacob, 2 wins in a row.
Dang, that was going to be my guess, too.
Nice. All right. Well, I think that's we'll save some for the next episode. But yeah, did you guys like doing that? The 20 questions?
Yeah,
I loved it.
Fun.
I,
Wish I won something.
I'm thinking that the audience will find it entertaining. All right. Anybody got anything to add before we call it a night?
Oh, there's the screen share button. Now that I see it.
All right,
Stop
well-
playing.
Next
Yeah.
week.
Stop playing back to basics. It's a bad card.
All right. Well, this has been episode 5 of Dark Side After Dark, and yeah, guys, leave us a comment. Did you guys like the Magic Card 20 questions? What cards are you guys looking forward to brewing with or playing with? What cards maybe you don't want to see in standard or whatever format you're playing with the new Ikoria cards? But anyway, leave us a like, share us, let people know that we're here. And yeah, we are out. Thanks, guys.
Wash your hands.
Later.